The AAPPTec 3300 Analytical HPLC System is a user-friendly and highly functional gradient controller. Here is the detector, dual pump, 10 milliliter, pump A, pump B. This is the outlet for your solvent A and solvent B, your injector. Once you receive your AAPPTec 3300 Analytical HPLC System, you can log into the system using the default credentials. The username and password is admin with an uppercase A. Once you log in, you will see the first page of your software. Click Connect. You will then see your menu. There is Method, Chromatogram, Process, Sequence, and Acquisition. In order to set up your sequence and gradient, you select Acquisition, then the Infusion Pump tab at the bottom of the screen, and this is where you set up your gradient. By right-clicking, you will get the option to add more lines. Then select Add More Lines. And then this is your gradient. Select Save. You have Pump A and Pump B and flow rate. So the maximum flow rate of this pump is 10 milliliter. You usually will use 1 milliliter for analytical. If you want to use a larger size column, you can select a larger flow rate up to 10 milliliter. Now, this is your flow rate, gradient pump A, and pump B. So in this example, you see there is 90% for A and 10% for B. At time of 20, it is 50% for A and 50% for B, but this depends on your gradient. If you want to change it, for example, you can change it. If we go to 21 minutes, we can go to Wash, add a line, and change pump A to 10%, and B then automatically goes to 90%. And then you can add another line at minute 22 to keep it at 10 and 90. This is just an arbitrary gradient. You can then add another line, say at minute 25, and you go back to the initial condition, which is 90-10 for pump A and B. The 3300 allows you to write any gradient that you want. So this is your gradient, and if you want to equilibrate your columns, there are many ways to do it. You can go to Flow, start your gradient, and select Run. Make sure your system is connected, otherwise you will not be able to select Run. When you save your gradient, you get a visual image of it. You can see in this gradient example, A is going down and B is coming up. Once you save it and select Run, you have different options available. You can choose to use the software or the injector valve. If you want to use software, you have a new device configuration here, so then you create different gradients or product names, whatever you want. If you want to run a different gradient, simply select it, go to Infusion Pump, and click Run. You see that your gradient is going to show in here, and you see that your flow and percentage of A and B is reducing and advancing according to your gradient setting. An advantage of the 3300 is that you can pause the flow at any time. If you pause it, everything pauses. The pumps stop running. Once you are done pausing, click Continue to resume operation. If we look at other menu options, there is Chromatography. Selecting this will show previous chromatography. You can select them to view. Chromatography is automatically saved. Selecting the Sequence menu option allows you to set up multiple gradients consecutively. Selecting Acquisition displays your current gradient.